If you're not an American, hacking an American college degree can be really hard, but me and my team have helped people from Aruba, from Germany, from Mexico, from Spain, from Greece, and 6 other countries. And in this video, I'm going to share everything you need to know to hack a US degree if you're not from the US. And if you want to graduate college quickly and inexpensively so you can build a career that you love, sign up for a consultation with us at the link in the description. Our clients often graduate for just $8,000 and in like 18 months. And the first thing you need to know is that you have to plan backwards. Without a doubt, the most common question I get from people overseas is, will this degree be respected in my home country? Will this US degree, this online degree, this UMPI, this Thomas Edison, this Liberty University, this Southern New Hampshire degree, will it help me get the job I want in my country, or will it help me get into the grad school I want to get to into my country? The honest answer here is, guys, I don't know. There's like hundreds of countries, and I haven't researched them all. And so what you have to do is you have to answer this question by doing some research. A, go to the employer that you want to get a job from or from that type of company and ask them, hey, will a US degree get me this job? Do you have any requirements that this degree be completed in person, or is it okay if it's completed online? Apart from that, you should be good with any region, or well, you don't even need to worry about regional accreditation if you're from another country, because regional accreditation versus national accreditation is a US thing, and it really only matters with US graduate schools. But it's still kind of better safe than sorry. I would still go with a regionally accredited school, mostly because they tend to be a little bit less predatory, or a lot less predatory in their advertising, and they're more likely to be in it for the education rather than it for the money. And trust me, guys, you want to go to a school that's in it for the education rather than the money. So run that by the potential employer or by anybody you're able to talk to there. Look at their job requirements. If they're just looking for a college degree, you're probably okay, but it's never bad to go and double check. A lot of times a US degree is more than enough, and even if it's an online US degree, it should be fine. I'm sure there are situations where people will care. They say, oh, I don't want it to be online, or oh, we respect the degrees from our country so much more. But in general, that doesn't seem to be the case to me. So do your research, but don't worry about it too much. The second thing you need to know is which colleges you should consider going to. Now, I've got several videos about the best online colleges out there, and all of those except for one will accept you. But there are certain ones that I think will be a best fit for you. So watch that video. I'll go ahead and put it up here. You can check it out and see if anything looks good to you. But you need to know that WGU is not a good fit for you because these guys don't accept international students. There's not really a good reason why. There's some corporate stuff about how, we don't feel like we can serve international students right now, so we'll look into it in the future, but you can't go to WGU. If you're really heartbroken about not getting to go to WGU, there are 2 alternative schools I would recommend. Number 1 is UMPI, or the University of Maine at Presque Isle. These guys have several business degrees to choose from and a couple other liberal arts humanities degrees, and these guys are competency-based, just like WGU. A little bit more expensive, but you can buy courses in smaller amounts or buy time to complete courses in smaller amounts. And overall, they get the job done beautifully. In fact, I would recommend a business degree at UMPI over a business degree at WGU most of the time. The other school I would recommend is Purdue Global University, and these guys are pretty solid. They've got the computer degree you want, they've got the business degree you want, they've got the healthcare administration degree that you want, the 3 big money makers out there right now, and they are more expensive than both UMPI and WGU, but they have some really solid options as far as degree choice, and both UMPI and PGU are very hackable. If you are just thinking like, hey, any school could be good, but maybe I want a little bit more of a specific major, Thomas Edison and Southern New Hampshire University are both really good choices because they have a lot of majors to choose from. Now, they aren't competency-based, so it's like homework every week, just kind of the normal way school has been done for decades, but they are potentially really good fits for you. The third thing you need to know is that you're going to have to just avoid CLEP exams. Probably. The thing here is there are 2 ways to take a CLEP exam. You can take them physically, in person, or you can take them online. Let's talk about the first. If we look at the CLEP Test Center search, you can see that for the United States, Pennsylvania, there are 47 different places to take CLEP exams. There are 5 whole pages. But if we go to the wonderful country of Australia, there is 1. And very, very often, there are not going to be CLEP test centers or locations in countries other than the US because it's a very US-focused thing. And even locations where it might be available are still going to be very like US focused, and so they just might not make sense with the local educational system, be very difficult to find, what have you. The other option for taking CLEP exams is their online proctoring method, and that is a very cool thing, but you have to be in the US to do it. For some reason, as soon as you step across the border into Mexico or Canada, you can't take an online proctored CLEP exam. I have no idea why, but it is what it is. So you've got two options. One, you can go to the US and hang out there for a week. Maybe the month before you spend studying for a bunch of CLEP tests, and then you spend that whole week just taking tons and tons of CLEP tests and knocking them out. Or, number two, you could just go and take a bunch of Sophias and Study.coms, find a college that accepts those, and you might even save a little bit of time. You probably won't save some money because CLEP tests can be super cheap if you're using modern states to study, but Sophia and Study.com more than get the job done. The fourth thing you need to know is that if you're transferring college credits from your home country, you will have to get a foreign credit transfer evaluation. Let's look at this example here from Liberty University. The second step they want you to do is they want to see official high school or college transcripts. It says here, this will require a foreign credit evaluation. And down here it asks, does Liberty offer transcript evaluation services? Liberty says no, and most American colleges will say no. They will have those evaluated by a organization or an agency approved of by the National Association of Credential Evaluation Services, or NACES. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but that's what it is. They're at naces.org, and if you go to their evaluation services link, you can see that they've got several current members, and these organizations might specialize in different things, but you'll be able to find one here that will evaluate your credit. So let's say you're from Brazil and you're bringing in credits from a university in Brazil. Those credits and the way they do school in Brazil is not going to be exactly the same as we do school in the US. And so they're going to look at your credits. They're going to try to figure out what they equate to in the US. They'll give you a transcript based on that, and then you can give that to Liberty, and then Liberty's people will be able to look at that, or whatever school you go to, and say, oh, okay, yes, things I recognize that make sense to me. And then they'll give you Liberty University credit for it if they like what they see. Honestly, I don't think you have to be an expert at this. If you transfer to a U.S. school, I would just message them and ask, like, hey, do you have a transfer evaluation service that you recommend that I use? Cool, great. And then just go use the one that their people normally send in. Keeping in mind that it usually does take a little while for these transfer evaluations to happen, so get on it now. The fifth and final thing you need to know is that if you're coming from another country, you're going to have to pass an English proficiency test, unless maybe you're coming from like the UK or Canada or Australia or a couple other countries that are known for already being English-speaking countries. If we look at Liberty's page here, you'll see that they accept a few different types of English proficiency exams, and different colleges will have different lists. But it's going to be to your benefit to find the test that all of the colleges you're interested in accept, and then go and take that one. I don't really have any strong recommendations or opinions about which one of these you should take, but I do tend to see the TOEFL show up a lot, along with the IELTS, and I'm even seeing the Duolingo one show up more and more. And if you need help studying for the TOEFL, Study.com has a course that will allow you to do that. My international friends, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that this has been helpful, and if you'd like help putting together a plan to figure all of this out, to make sure that you're graduating as quickly and inexpensively as possible so that you can get on with your life and build your career, I've got that link in the description. Sign up for a consult with my team, and we will supercharge the process for you and get you going on your way. We'd love to help you. Thanks for watching, and happy hacking.